To explain the process of, being an artist that was born in the Bronx and raised in Queens and then returning to the Bronx, it's a little obscure to see such an artist, especially coming from a hip hop background, to work with a Bjork or a Ben Harper or Mike Patton. It's a little obscure and, not the usual norm. But I've always been that type of individual, just my character, to always do something different. Um, I take those notes, mental notes, from a lot of hip hop pioneers, where the era that I grew up in, you had to be different in order to be seen. You really couldn't be a copycat of anything that you've heard, and most of those people that were copycats kind of just fell to the wayside. And those who stood out as individuals and as artists, those were the artists that flourished. So I always had that in my mind. In order for people to understand me, I have to stand out. I have to be seen. So my first notion was to do something different. My first notion was to do what everyone else isn't doing, not to follow a trend. So I think that's what pretty much separates me from everyone else. And being open-minded to different things allow me to grow in such a way without, really exposing too much of my arsenal. It's just looking at the pioneers that have developed over the years. Like, I mentioned Bobby McFerrin, I've mentioned Michael Winslow, I mentioned Al Jarreau. Like, if you look at these artists, they, in their own right, they're just one of one. There's no other one. And I've always looked at their rule books and how they composed and how they put music together, and the different artists that they associated themselves with. And that's why till today I'm still proud to be involved with the Roots, which helped me grow to a whole entirely different level with my beatboxing. Like, back in the day, the beatboxer was the solo artist, or it was the featured artist. It wasn't the artist a part of a conglomerate as a musician. It wasn't only as a musician, especially in the hip hop genre. To me, why I feel I'm unique is because it's just, I believe it's my view on music and my appreciation for music of all genres. I don't pigeonhole myself to one particular thing. Some artists, are trendy artists and very talented, but definitely trendy. They're a part of what's happening now, and as soon as that fade, they have to find something else to be a part of. Where, with myself, I find myself always creating and always searching for something different, not searching for the next hot thing what everyone else is following. So to me, I think that's what makes me a little bit different from everyone else. And I stay true to my roots and my foundation of hip hop, because hip hop is what allowed me to see all these different genres of music. As hip hop evolved, as it began to grow, as it became a corporate conglomerate, and people were making money. I mean, some of the forefathers, for them, it was recreational. They didn't look at it as a business. And maybe some did look at it as a business, and there were other things to derail their potential. As it grew worldwide, you see all different races and colors and creeds gravitate to hip hop and take different bits and elements and make it into their own thing. To me, the foundation is always urban. That's where it started. because a lot of artists didn't have anything, so we had to make things up in order to entertain our friends, entertain our family, entertain the neighborhood. And it began to grow. It began to grow from borough to borough, to city, from state to state, from country to country, worldwide.